you said to me, they will grow inside, they make believe. I am still dancing on the feelings that you gave me. I am still dancing on the feelings that you give me.
Right. Sing, my friends, soon we'll be gutted like piggies. Right, so we need to examine the blood.
Lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to?
Hmm.
And the lock looks scratched. Maybe someone tried to get inside without a key. Was someone trying to steal something? Or perhaps I'm not the only one who's looking to make mischief here. Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Cats to move it out of the camp somehow.
Cats? How are you going to get cats to move it? Just joking. Alright, he's in that tent. I have to search the area a bit more, do I? There more of a blood trail somewhere?
Someone washed off some blood here.
Ooh, bloody knife.
A dagger in a pool of blood. Jesus, that must be the one Chertan was stabbed with. But there's nothing special about it. It's the kind ordinary soldiers carry. Trying to find its owner will probably be futile.
Right.
Search.
Ah, oh, come on. Thought we could use him to track it.
So this is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside.
What's that there? Ooh. Turn. Broomlacker's Bond. Broomlacker's Bond. Don't know what that is. Is someone after that? You need to keep track of money, especially the money we don't have. Read. Alright.
So Grozov owes Chertan money.
Ah.
Sakra.
Any other details anywhere? Just do a double check. Do another sweep.
Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
I didn't find anything. Wonder where that'd lead to if I said that.
I noticed that the powder store is unlocked. That can't be deliberate, can it?
No, it fucking can't. Unless Chertan wanted to spice up his porridge in the middle of the night, it looks like there's a thief about again.
Again?
It's already happened once or twice that someone went to steal powder. That's why we had it moved up here. Maybe Chertan disturbed the thief on the job and he started waving a dagger around.
That doesn't seem likely. There's 1,000 other possible explanations. Maybe Chertan met someone here, they had a quarrel, and it turned into a fight.
Or maybe he slipped in the mud and fell on his dagger, eh? 15 times. Let's go to the infirmary instead and take a look at Chertan. Maybe Musa's already finished with him.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What?
Oh.
Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I'd like to know. Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned.
Ah.
So Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm
Whoa.
down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. There's lots of poisons you could add to it, and nobody would notice. Well, until it's too late, of course.
You are probably right, my friend.
How come you even have wine here? You keep saying you're not allowed to drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough! Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here, but Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league with someone else.
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir, give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
Last stream, there was another murder, or murders.
What?
And now
But
there's
sir,
another murder.
you said we were going to move out first thing in the morning.
Things have changed a bit since then, or haven't you noticed? Not even a handcart carrying dung will leave the camp till I give the order.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done in, Things will get pretty hot around here for all of us.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
What are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, aye, murderers too. Sigismund may not have appointed one yet, but I've heard he's put Steber of Stebersitz in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, and Gorzov brings him here, we're all in the shit.
Who is this Stibor of Stebersitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary. And you don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
You really don't have any idea what to do next?
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
Yeah, girl from, well, I mean, he did like the girls from the baths, but is he going to be that interested at this time with what's going on now?
Well, I know one of the bathhouse wenches. Maybe she could distract the guard while I slip past and talk to Musa.
That's not a bad idea. If you
Ah,
can
it's for
talk
the
her into it,
guards.
that's bound to work. Off you go, then.
How much time do we have for this investigation?
2 days at most, I'd say. Then Sigismund's deputy will arrive from Sedlitz. And Henry,
Let's get to it.
be careful. I'm depending on you.
Is it like a timed quest then, is it? Right, more investigating. What? I do want to try out the new update as well that came yesterday. I can now grow a beard. Don't know if he can change his hair yet. And there was some performance and optimization updates as well, and patches. Right, talk to Musa. Ask Catherine for help. Was there nothing else? That's just part of it, okay. Seems like Grozon owed money to Chertan, so he is heavily under suspicion. And at the moment, the likely murderer.
Now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In the south, I saw a land without end, all covered in sand.
Good day to you. Good day.
Catherine.
We have to talk.
I hope it's important. The less we're seen together, the better.
Oh, you bet it's important. Someone poisoned Chertan, the Cuman's commander.
All right. That is bad. Damn it. You're not involved in this, are you?
No. But I have to find the murderer. Kat said he won't set off for Sedlets until it's cleared up.
That old sod. He's never gonna get off that lazy arse of his.
There's something I need your help with.
Oh, what a surprise. What is it this time?
There's a guard posted outside Moose's tent. I need to lure him away for a while. So I thought...
That I could use my feminine charms on him?
Something like that.
You're out of luck. I have my own problems now. I told you when I was bathing you, remember? But maybe if you were to help me out...
You said you needed my help with something?
I do. It's just... Well, it's not easy to talk about, you know? Someone's been following me. I haven't actually seen anyone, but I can't help feeling someone staring at me all the time. And once, I even heard something.
What did you hear?
The other night, I was woken up by a man's voice. Like he was standing close by and whispering.
Do you think someone's found out who you are?
Judging by the mumbling, I reckon this is about something else entirely. But you never know what a creep like him might notice. I'd feel a lot better if you could get rid of him somehow.
Did you understand what the bloke was saying?
Not a word. It didn't sound like Czech.
What did it sound like? Polish? German?
Hungarian. You can't mistake their gibberish for anything else. I reckon it was some Cuman.
Has anything else strange happened?
No. Except maybe... I lost a shoe.
A shoe? Just one?
That's just what's so strange about it. If both went missing, I just think someone stole them. But one? What good is one of my shoes to anyone?
We have a gooner.
Think of a few things.
Yuck.
When did all this happen?
About 2 days ago. It was quite late at night. I haven't slept a wink since.
Let's hope it's nothing serious.
What do you plan to do?
Well, if he really did steal your shoe...
Get to
Mutt
use
could
Mutt
track him
again.
down.
That's not a bad idea. But you'd have to give him something to get the scent.
Well, you've got the other shoe, don't you? Well, you can't walk around with one shoe on anyway. And Mutt's dependable.
It's not Matt I'm worried about. Just sort things out with a creep, that's all I care about.
I can explain to him that a woman like you isn't for him.
I suppose. If you tell him firmly enough.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. But now go. We both have work to do.
The hair icon... Oh, why is it telling me this again? It's giving me the tutorials now. I think because it's updated, it's giving me tutorials and tips again. Right.
Search.
Ah, we can use the bloody knife for him to track as well. Well, we'll talk to, we'll get into Musa, into the tent with Musa and talk to him first, and then we can use the bloody knife with Mutt, and he can track that. Go on, Mutt.
Good day to you. Good day.
What is it, boy? Is this where the shoe thief lives?
Not him? Alright. The sous chef. He's, okay. Ah, the stolen shoe.
That's Catherine's. So this is where the cumin who won't leave her alone lives.
Maybe we have to wait for him to come back. What's going on here?
What's the new fella like? I don't know. I haven't seen him yet, but he's got plenty to say from what I heard. Crow wanted to tell him to fuck off, but he in the end, they gave in and let him join up. Maybe we should give him a nice...
Ah, and I can wait for the peeping Tom in the bathhouse. Alright. Is that him? Isn't that... There's a guy just sitting there, isn't it? Now I can't talk to him. There we go.
So it's you. You're the cumin that keeps bothering the black-haired bath wench. You'll leave her alone. Got it?
Mi van? Nem értem.
What are you on about? You don't understand a word I say, do you? Bathhouse. Das bad. Washing. Bathhouse wench. Woman. No watching. 9. Got that? Again?
Igen? Aha. A fürdős lány. Miért ne? Minek ütöd bele az orrod? Igen. Szeretem.
Yeah,
She's scared. Sacra. It's like talking to a horse. Ah! Help! That man wants to hurt me! Help! Save me! Huh? Bathhouse woman? Afraid. You? Go away. Du Schwein. Nicht amor.
Mi van? Félt tőlem. De én ezt nem akartam. Hát jó. Rendben, akkor békén hagyom. Nicht amor.
See how easily we came to an agreement?
that wasn't so hard. Right. You can let me out. Hey.
Decent men are already
I-
asleep at this hour.
Yeah, no.
That is,
I-
unless you're
you,
a guard.
you
Then
won't let me
have
out.
to go check on every fool who decides to wander
Stop
about
blocking me,
on other
please.
people's property.
Let me out, please. Come on. What
kind
are
of
you
idea is
doing?
that, to go strolling about after sundown?
There we go. Do I still have that fox potion on a buff? I do, yeah. I don't think I've leveled up on anything, have I? Oh, speech, alright. Let's go adept of the mystic arts. Anything else? No. Not really. Back to Catherine.
I found the human who was stalking you. He's called Chakan, and I reckon you won't have any more trouble from him.
Oh, thank God. How did you convince him to stop?
I just told him a woman like you wouldn't waste her time with someone like him.
And he understood? Have you learnt Cuman? Or did you explain it with your fists? And what about my shoes?
Here they are. Both of them.
Thank God for that. I was afraid I'd have to steal someone else's. And Henry?
What?
Thank you. You're a good man. I owe you one.
You do. Right, you're gonna help me now?
So you'll lure the guard away from Moose's tent? I scratched your back.
All right, what can I do with you? I'll try to lure him to the bathhouse. But then we're quits, right? I hope he won't stink at least.
I'm guessing she's coming. Maybe I just have to wait.
Good to see you, friend.
What happened to you? Okay, there's a guard there and a guard there. But he's not even in that tent. He's around here. Is there a guard here? Yeah.
Christ.
Is Catherine coming up? I think that's her, right? What guard is she going to distract, though? I could use Mutt to distract, actually. He could bark. Yeah, he's going to do... She's going to distract the one around the other end.
Good day, soldier boy. What are you standing around here for?
I'm on guard.
My word! What are you guarding?
That's a secret.
Oh, good lord. You must be very important to get a task like that, eh?
I reckon. This is child's play for me. You should see me in battle.
Ooh, I'm sure I'd be terrified.
You'd have nothing to fear, dearie. I'd protect you.
How gallant. Oh, you ought to be rewarded for that. Wouldn't you like me to give you a nice bath?
Well, I can't deny I've been standing here for quite a while. I stink like a pig's ass.
Oh, no. That's your manly fragrance. Oh, it's irresistible. Shall we go then?
All right. Well, it's not like that moose is going anywhere.
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozav said...
Nah, to hell with Grozav. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinja sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood.
It was pre-poison?
Soon after, he was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borum Laka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozav poured it away in anger before you arrived.
Yeah, that's
so that
him.
I could not poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink, even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair. Nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to today. The wine must have been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
But wouldn't it be enough to search the whole camp? I don't imagine many people here keep poison on them, eh?
You would be surprised, my friend. I may not be an expert, but I know that many everyday things are actually poisonous. What is more, you cannot just run around the camp searching people and then try to figure out which of that horde is the murderer.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? Can't be that hard, can it?
Certainly not. Why study something for years when common sense is enough? I'm sorry.
Okay, you got me there.
That was not
Sure.
courteous of me. I am sure you will manage somehow. The first thing to do
It's alright,
is to
you
go
can
to
cook me.
Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage somehow.
You have a whole book just about poison.
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, Do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Chertan's body and read the book. I can manage that. Who do you think killed Chertan?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
I heard Sir Grozov couldn't stand Chertan.
I have heard the same. And did you
Is it
notice
too
how
obvious,
quickly he
though?
accused me?
Well, what do you think?
And I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozov, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all.
Unless there's another spy.
Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
What if we forgot about finding the murderer? You'd be long gone before
Thank you for the offer. But look at me. And even...
Right. How am I going to get in there with the guards? Oh, I'm just allowed in there, alright, okay. Okay. That's fine.
All right. Here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything. And forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. No signs of poisoning. Ah, what a stench. He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ah, there's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Chertan. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Oh, his belly's hacked to ribbons. Who could have butchered him like that, for God's sake? Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. These things can't tell me anything, unfortunately. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them?
Alright.
Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shat himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. I found out enough. He had spasms, he shot himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Remedies for fleas and warts. Do we get all the book of poison? That's what we need. Right, Bane. The book of poison about abdominal poisons and their remedies. Bane, a particularly even potion which causes certain death even in small quantities. It is widespread, especially in Bohemia and Austria. Because the plants necessary for its preparation are everywhere plentiful, do not expect much benefit from the knowledge of this poison, for it can be used for nothing but killing. When an unfortunate man who has swallowed this poison comes to you for advice, give glory to God, for it is a miracle that he is still alive. For a little while thou mayest observe in him the blackness of the eyes, the dryness of the body, and that's not him, is it? This isn't the poison, I don't think. Or the looseness of the muscles. But then send for the priest at once. Even a few drops will cause certain death, and there is no guaranteed antidote in the whole wide world. If you have to cook this abomination, prepare yourself some wine, a handful of wormwoods, and twice as much belladonna. Then you shall finish the evil with garlic? Agaric? Boil the mixture until you have a clear liquid, almost imperceptible in taste and smell. Don't think that's the poison. Pitiful bird poison. This is one of the rarest, for it is obtained only from the feathers and skin of the I don't know what that says. Pitafoi? This creature of a black and yellow colour has its origin far beyond the land of the Indians, and the touch for it causes considerable trouble to man. The killers, therefore, have no need to prepare any decoctions, but only to make headdresses and necklaces of the feathers for their victims. Those who come in contact with the feathers of the I don't even know what that says, pitahoi, often feel a tingling and tension in their muscles. This condition can persist for days, giving the murderer the time he needs to escape. In such cases, it is enough to burn the feathers and the poisoning will pass. If, however, the unfortunate ingest the essence of the feathers prepared by a long boil, set more serious consequences. The victim first stiffens and soon dies. Unless a drink of sea water and crushed stone from the mountain of Monte Pellici, or Pelidi, which thou shall find in the Italian land, be prepared in time. Doll Maker Potion. This potion is especially useful because it soothes and relieves pain. It is therefore a favourite among the physicians. If you rub even a few drops on the skin of a wounded man, you can cut him without causing him suffering. Men who are hasty in their love rub their manhoods with this potion too, so that it may become numb and they manage to please their wives. A fool who tastes even a sip of the potion will experience total numbness, his intestines will become clogged, and he may lose his sight for a while. Fortunately, the stomach will eject this disgusting potion before it has time to have its pernicious effect, unless the body has already been weakened. If you need to replenish your supply of this decoction, prepare yourself a strong liqueur, a handful of valerian and twice as much herb Paris. Remember, however, not to boil the valerian in the liquor, but only to put the crushed valerian into the cold decoction. Kiss of death. Although I don't think it was that either.
Christ be praised.
Although difficult to prepare, this potion is often used because its pleasant aroma can be confused with an ordinary cooking. It is also said among the poor that this mixture can be used to turn metals into gold. The kiss of death will first cause a stomach ache. It makes the skin red and blistered. So the palms, like the warts, was it? The bowels painfully empty at both ends. Stiffen and spasm. Nails break. I think this is it, right? And then thou shalt know that death is certain. But before that, thou mayest relieve the poor man with a bezoar put under the tongue. In quick reaction, a mixture of hot milk, vinegar, and garlic can also be used to cause the poison to be thrown up. If you want to make this poison, take a new clay pot, put a handful of red copper, half a bottle of strong water, arsenic, oak bark, and rose water inside. Boil it all and test it with an iron nail. When the muddy mixture has completely coated the iron, you'll know that you have cooked enough.
Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned.
Interesting.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some kind of loyalty test or something? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Is there something wrong with that?
I have more important things to do than to try to trick you. I am asking you sincerely, as a friend. Who are you?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Tumor and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan, and I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
It could be very helpful.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend, but I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Right. Let's start with Stephen Crow, shall we? I've still got that knife. Where's...
Search.
Let's see what the bloody knife will do. Okay, it's going this way towards Stephen Crow's tent. I mean, they could have stabbed him, right? Or he could have stabbed him. And then...
Clever dog.
What was his name? Grozov could have poisoned him once he was in the infirmary. Oh, it's led back here, so...
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
Well, you just went off to have a nap?
No. I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to get me.
Why you? Why didn't they go straight to Kat's?
You'll have to ask them. How am I supposed to know?
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that one before. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Well, I'm not gonna... The dagger led me back to you, so... I'm not gonna say Grozov yet to him.
It's too soon to be certain, so everyone is a suspect. To tell the truth, there's something about your story that doesn't feel right.
My story?
Unless he was framed.
Henry, why would I want to kill Chertan?
I don't know. I'm just saying that everyone is a suspect.
Well, you better be fucking certain before you try landing me in the shit. Got that?
Let's look around for some more evidence.
Oak. And dry as a bone. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt.
Some kind of dirt.
The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
He could. He may have. Right, so it's him. Completely. Or he's been framed by Rozov. But the dagger led me back to him. That's there. The evidence.
Ugh. Stinks of vomit. I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to.
Where are the guards? Why aren't they in their bed?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Is there anything else?
Nah, there's nothing here. I reckon those two really are innocent.
We're gonna come back here. Oh, this is a... Search his tent.
For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. Beautiful, but empty. No poison. There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings.
Search. Where's his tent then? Is it up here somewhere? This him? Yeah.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozov's fallen on hard times. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
Okay, so maybe we have to rethink this, maybe. Right? Let's give it another read. Ah, look. Fortunately, the stomach will eject this disgusting potion before it has time to have its effect, unless the body has already been weakened, which it was. He was already stabbed.
My humble respects.
Could it be both of them? Working together?
Not this again.
So, prepare yourself a strong liquor, a handful of valerian, and twice as much herb Paris. Remember, however, not to boil the valerian and the liquor, but only to put the crushed valerian into the cold decoction. Makes the skin red and blistered, which he was. The bowels emptied. And he stiffened and had a spasm, and the nails break. That's multiple things that happen there with the kiss of death. It's hard, it's difficult to prepare as well. Is it difficult to prepare? Because it's hard to get the materials and the resources to make the potion? A muddy mixture has completely coated the iron, which there was mud as well, right? There was some kind of dirt that was found at Stephen's tent. The other details kind of lead towards him, because he owed Chertan money. There was a reason to kill him.
You who found Chertan?
Aye. Me and my comrade there.
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't know nothing. We didn't do nothing.
You really didn't see anything? You're standing there on the tower and you don't hear a man getting murdered? That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Are you deaf? I told you we didn't notice nothing.
No, I believe you. But that only tells me you weren't taking your guard duty as seriously as you claim you were.
Well, it's possible.
What's possible?
It's possible we dozed off for a while.
Oh, Christ. I knew it. You two were asleep up there.
No, we might have just shut one eye for a moment, but we wasn't sleeping. We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before Chertan started yelling, it was all peace and quiet.
What did you do when you found Chertan?
It all happened so fast. Before we could come to our senses and decide what to do, Crow turned up.
Crow?
Aye. He heard the racket and came to see what was going on. And I'll tell you, when he saw Chertan, he went as pale as a ghost. But he snapped out of it quick and told us to wait for him to go and get cats. If it wasn't for him, Chertan would have bled to death there.
Well, I spoke to Crow, and he says it wasn't like that at all. He said you found Cheriton and went to see him to ask what you should do.
What? He's remembered that all wrong then. He came up to us when we were standing over Cheriton.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Crow must be confused. That can happen with things like this.
How did you find Cheriton?
I don't remember too well. I remember we heard someone yelling. So we ran down to the ammunition store, and there he was on the ground.
Have you noticed anyone suspicious hanging around by the powder store recently?
There's always someone going in and out. But no strangers. Not everyone can get up to that part of the camp. In fact, everyone who has access came to the place where Cheriton was lying.
As far as I know, there were 2 of you on guard duty on the tower. What's the other soldier like?
Him? God's teeth. He's the most annoying bloke I've ever met. Can't keep his mouth shut. A complete twat.
Anyone can be a bit of a twat sometimes.
But he out-twats them all. He never stops banging on about the most run-of-the-mill things. Like, he was living in a cave until now. I tried to tell him I'm not fucking interested, but he doesn't take any notice. Between you and me, it's quite a relief that this business with Cheriton shut him up for a while.
Where is he? Can I talk to him? Where? Maybe, will he be back at the other tent? Is he back over here on guard? There's cats in here. Right, so I can start the trial by talking to Cat. But first, do we talk to the... Let's talk to him first.
Could we talk about Cheriton's murder?
Why? Musa is under lock and key, and the king's deputy himself is coming for him. Leave me in.
But sir, we both know whatever happened with the poison wine, Musa can't have stabbed Cheriton. I want to find out who else is involved in this. After all, you too could be in danger till this is all cleared up. I just have a couple of questions.
Oh, get on with it. But if you think you can persuade me to...
How come you got to the site of the stabbing so quickly?
My tent is right next to it, you rat-faced halfwit.
Whoa.
I heard Cheriton yelling, and I went to take a look.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what, a stabbed man?
Well, didn't you hear anything, if your tent is so close by? Maybe Cheriton was talking to someone there.
I'm a nobleman, not some prying old crone who listens at doors. What's more, you, Cats and Musa were making such a racket. Is there anything else?
Were you there when Cheriton was poisoned?
No, not at that moment. When I arrived, Cheriton was already dead, and Musa was standing over him, white as a sheet. Well, paler than usual.
Had Cheriton been behaving strangely recently?
No more than usual.
Did he mention having any conflicts with anyone?
Apart from me, you mean? I don't know how
Okay, he's honest about it.
But we don't exactly go round holding hands here.
I took a look at the powder store where they found Cheriton. I noticed it was unlocked. Someone forced the lock and moved the barrels of powder around.
What's that got to do with me?
It almost looks like someone went there to steal. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
What the fuck are you trying to suggest?
Well, it's just that Katz is in charge of the powder, and he's bound to be interested if someone was stealing. But I'm sure he wouldn't be happy if I told him I didn't ask you, the commander, about it. Then he'd have to do the asking. And that would probably annoy him plenty.
Oh, all right then. There's something I suppose you should know. I like to gamble now and again. And it's true, I don't have much luck. But stealing, I'm a nobleman. Just because I had to sell off a few pieces of land, everyone at court treats me like a leper all of a sudden.
So why would Sigismund put you in charge of the camp?
As punishment. Stuck here with all this riffraff, supplies running thin, pay nowhere to be seen, and to cap it all, it's dull as fuck. A nice recipe for trouble. And that's just what that royal horse son is counting on. Oh, he can't wait till something goes wrong here so he can blame me for it.
So, you don't know anything about the black powder?
Nothing. And you don't know anything about me, got that? What?
Do you know anyone who might want to kill Chertan?
Who wouldn't? He was a smug, ill-mannered bastard. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised it was the Sawbones Musa who killed him.
How could he have? He was with me and Katz when Chertan was stabbed.
So he was in league with someone. How do I know?
I found a paper signed by you in Chertan's tent. It says you owe him money.
What? Give it here.
You can take it. I've got it memorized anyway.
Then I'd advise you to forget it again, and sharpish.
Is that why you were always quarreling? Over money?
There is no deed of debt. Got that, you little rat? If you say a word of this to anyone, I'll have you skinned alive.
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Have you seen it before?
All the time. Every other soldier in this camp has one like that.
You too, then?
I'm not every other soldier, you ill-mannered cur.
Well, let's go and talk back to Stephen Crow. If he's there, that is. I think Stephen is now... Yep. He's now prime suspect.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No. And get off my back.
Calm down. If I wanted to snitch on you, I'd go straight to Katz without bothering to ask you any questions.
Well, let's say you might have a point. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little. But I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store. But Chertan turned up, so he had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to shit. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs all over the Empire, just like the one here.
Did he just tell me his whole plan?
I should probably report you. Well, I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
That doesn't sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozaf. I can't stand that fucker anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? But he'll be executed.
Better him than me. So, can we make a deal?
And what if I refuse?
It's a bit late for that now. I have a poisonous plant here. Take it and put it in the chest in Grozaf's tent. At the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan. And if you don't want to end up like Chertan, you'd do well not to mention me to anyone. Is that clear?
I knew it was him. But I'm not going to follow through with his deal. So it's all about justice here. And you're going to get justice.
You silly dog.
Where is he? Okay, we can't talk to him again. I'm not doing that. What he said. Oh,
Can't you see I'm a nobleman, soldier? I'll complain about it.
but we now know what happened. We know all the details.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Musa is innocent.
Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who might you be?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers. He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Let him speak, then. I'm sure he has something very important to tell us. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Sir, people don't murder each other for no reason. They murder mostly for revenge or profit. And Musa had no motive. You can ask everyone in the camp. Musa never had any quarrel with Chertan.
But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by our corporal, Stephen, known as Crow.
What? Me? Fucking hell, Henry.
Crow? That one with the mustache?
That's right, sir. He's Katz's right-hand man. I bet they're both mixed up in it.
Nobody asked for your opinion, but I am eager to hear yours, lad. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
Crow crept up on Chertan in the night and tried to kill him. And others would no doubt have ended the same, because Crow is an enemy mercenary.
What bilge? I've known the man for years, sir.
He made it all up. Where's the evidence?
I spoke to the guards who were on duty that night. They told me when they found Chertan's body, Crow just turned up all of a sudden. But he tried to tell me that the guards called him.
Is that all you've got against me? The testimony of two drunks? What if they did it and are trying to put the blame on me?
Those two didn't do anything. The blood's on your hands.
Stop all this shouting! Listening to peasants like you two is painful, so keep it short and to the point. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Crow helped carry Chertan. He must have poured it down his throat on the way.
Sir Musa, did you see anything like that?
No, sir. It was not even possible. We had enough trouble carrying Chertan.
Ah, shit.
Even if that happened to be true, where would I have got the poison?
You brewed it yourself. I found rosewater, nails, and oak bark in your tent. Stuff used to brew a poison called Kiss of Death. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
You fucker! I don't have any of those things!
That's enough! I've heard all I need to know. Cats, I hereby convict that corporal of yours for murder.
What?
Zagrosov, have a gallows erected.
Leave me alone!
Don't make this harder than it need be. We could have you tortured, too.
You whoresons! Just try and catch me!
You're mine!
Well, Lord Stieberitz, I'd say we've cleared everything up.
True.
What just happened there?
Outside the camp. He doesn't deserve to be buried with soldiers who fell for the king. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for all this unpleasantness.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
You needn't have been afraid of that. Your sort get hanged. It's a waste of a blade.
I wouldn't laugh so much if I were you. You aren't up to running the camp. Under these circumstances, I can't let you remain here unsupervised.
What? I didn't do anything.
Exactly. And look where your inaction brought us. I will take command for the moment.
You can't do that.
Indeed, I can. And much more besides. I will live in the royal tent. I'm sure Cats will be happy to leave it to me.
It's all yours. We won't be staying much longer anyway, will we, Henry?
About time.
Well, the lad helps with an investigation and it goes straight to his head. You won't be keeping that up for long, though. At Sedlitz, you can look forward to training so tough that you'll go cross-eyed. Go and pack your stuff.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
I'm at your service, sir.
Where do I need to go again to... Where is the barber? Was it in Sugdal? There's gotta be one in Kuttenberg somewhere, right? Is it in the legend somewhere? Barber. Not one there. Not there. Wouldn't be there, would it? Where is the barber? Aha, right. There is one in Kuttenberg. I think there is one somewhere else as well.
What now? Water is flowing.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cumans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
One thing I can do is let's move some items back and sell some stuff.
God be with you.
I'll have a...
All right. That's already over his limit. Really? Not by much.
I'd like to do something... Here.
Well, I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Go to the armor next. He's down here, I think. Meow.
Good day, sir.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Cassell, though. Ooh.
Let's talk.
Huh. Finally. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean I need more time for the investigation? We're done with the investigation.
The investigation is more complicated than...
You're in luck. Sir Stibor is tired after his journey. But get a move on. I'll try to get...
Alright, we got a free game save.
All right, I'm ready. We can get out of here.
The sooner the better. Deserters. Traitors. Murders. I'm getting too old for all this. I still can't believe that Krau betrayed us. Why the fuck didn't I notice anything earlier?
Ah, don't worry about it. He was one wily bastard.
In any case, the company's missing a corporal now. And I was thinking the post should go to someone capable. You may be new, but you've been a real help to me. And the lads will obey you. I'll make sure of that. What do you say?
I assume a corporal has better pay.
You'd get a bit more, eh? But don't expect to be building a palace in Old Town Square.
It's an honor to be offered the post, but...
But you won't accept it?
It just strikes me as a lot of responsibility. Someone more experienced should do it.
And how the fuck will you get experience if you just sit around on your arse all your life? Well, let's leave it be now. Sedlets away!
So the devil jumps in from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the arm, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving the devil such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with it.
That was a good shot. Someone's behind me, attacking me. Ow. Oh, that's the guard, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
Like a stuck pig.
Where's Cat Mutt just barking?
I need a bandage, quick. There. That's better.
Where's Cats? There he is.
Good dog, Mutt. Show me.
Sorry. Had to be done.
You fucking traitor.
Calm down, or you'll faint again. You've lost a lot of blood.
What now? What are you going to do with me?
Go.
What?
Get lost, I said.
You think I'm going to forgive you for this? That next time, I'll take mercy on you?
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I did what I had to do.
Are you trying to convince me or yourself?
But you don't understand. This is about saving King Wenceslas. That's going to require a few sacrifices.
So, the end justifies the means, eh?
So, off you go.
This isn't over, lad. Got that? We'll meet again.
What the fuck are you doing? You let him go! What the fuck was that? Why did you let that man go?
What, cats? Oh, don't worry. He's no threat to us.
What's the matter with you? You seem down.
Oh, it just doesn't seem right, what we did to those people.
Not people, the enemy. Remember that. Trust me, you'll sleep a lot better. By the way, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now, we have to get out of here first.
Look, don't leave yet.
Make it fast, though, before someone comes to... Damn it, lads, get a move on!
What do you have on you? Door and chest keys, money. The armor isn't going to be as good. I don't want to wear that. Where is it? The Waffen Rock.
What will you do now?
We'll give it some thought and see. Hopefully we'll know better when you come back from Liechtenstein.
I want to go to Devil's Den with you.
Hop onto the wagon then. You'll travel like a lord.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Burkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me. They're no greenhorns.
We'll see how they fare in battle.
Indeed we will. We'll soon get going. Get ready, and then we'll plan what's next.
My God!
Did he already?
The simple joys of life.
Did he already give me a longsword technique? I can't remember.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Certainly. I'm just about bored. Today, fighting with a longsword.
I think he gave me one before, but he had another
it's
one.
A great weapon. But in the end, it's all just a matter of taking out that bastard who's against you, isn't it? No one asks how you did it, so I'll show you this ruse of mine.
Only 280 groschen.
Teach me that.
All right. As long as you're not all thumbs, we'll get through this quick. There's nothing complicated about it. See, all you need to do is, during a deep thrust, to unexpectedly drop your right hand from the sword, and then you can get much further with your left. The opponent usually doesn't have enough time, and the tip of the sword ends up in his face like a giant stinger. Clean, fast work. And now, come and try it a few times. Well, good day.
Zorn out, so it's right, left. I think I have, what, 3 more longsword techniques? Yeah, 3 more to learn somewhere. I have, well, I have a lot more unarmed techniques as well somewhere. I have an injured head. Do I even need to... I don't even know if there are any other unarmed fights. I still need to keep defeat the Grand Master in the Trotsky area, but it was bugged. It wouldn't let me finish it. Like I've got all... I mean, I suppose these unarmed perks are good if I'm using unarmed like all the time instead of a weapon. What do we have in scholarship? Reputation recovery for undertaking the potential pilgrimage would be more effective. I can't read. Would be more effective, and the buff from the first level of this perk will now last for 24 game hours. Okay. Let's go contemplative. Help with just standing still. Use a lot less stamina and lose let's go. Be very stealthy when picking locks or pickpocketing people from a distance. No one will notice anything. Let's go quick hand. Yeah. And agility. When sneaking, your movement will be 15% faster. After 10 seconds of fast sprinting, you'll briefly get a big bonus on stamina recovery. When you slow down afterwards, you'll quickly regain your strength and can start running again. Your ranger run. Do I have anything to clean myself? I can make a soap potion, right? And I can just wash myself, I suppose, in a trough. Where's the trough? It's out here, right?
So much dust.
That's better. Alright. Let's make our way to the barber. Barber black ship. Don't know why the map keeps on getting zoomed in like that all the time. Still got to do that quest. There's a few other quests to pick up. For the most part, but we've done most of the stuff that I've got though. There's a few quests down. Ooh. Haven't been down there. Oh, there's another fast travel point there as well. Is there one quest or a couple of quests there? Another laundry there. The barber is there. Ooh, a sleeping man. Carol Arrowheads.
What are you doing here?
What does it look like?
Oh, shit.
Resting. I've been lugging these sacks for ages now, so I decided to take a load off. But I can tell you, it ain't too comfortable here.
Look, you know you have something sticking out of your forehead, right? It looks a bit like a horn.
A horn? Nobody's called it that yet.
What is it, then?
It's an arrow. Well, what's left of it, that is. A metal arrowhead and a bit of a wooden shaft. It used to be longer, but I broke it off after I nearly took a wench's eye out with it.
Do I? I know a guy with an arrow stuck in him, do I? What, from the last game?
Ah.
Oh,
I
for
heard of a
fuck's
bloke
sake.
who took an arrow to the knee.
Ha! To the knee. That's nothing.
Skyrim
You
Easter
go
egg.
dancing the next day with a scratch like that. But have you ever heard of anyone who took one to the head and lived to tell the tale?
Can't say I have.
Well, you have now.
Ah,
if it
man.
was an ordinary arrow, I'd be pushing up daisies. But it ain't the slightest bit ordinary.
And what's so extraordinary about it?
One thing that's extraordinary is we hardly know each other, yet you keep asking questions. How about you tell me who you are first? Talking to strangers ain't the safest these days.
I'm Henry, the son of a blacksmith from Skalitz.
Oh, fuck. I heard about Skalitz. I heard it was real bad.
That it was.
Well, at least you got out in one piece. Look, the name's Carl. Folk call me Carl Arrowhead. On account of, well, you know.
How come the arrow didn't kill you then?
Because it ain't no ordinary arrow.
You said that already.
Thing is, it's a magic arrow.
Yeah, right.
You don't believe me, do you? Sometimes I get mixed up in, let's say, some confrontation. And sometimes things get a bit dicey. I was always getting beaten up, wounded, battered. But ever since I had this arrow in my noggin, not a damn thing. No wounds, no bruises. Nobody can hurt me. They haven't a chance.
Well, that could very well be a coincidence. You're just lucky.
It ain't no coincidence. It's a gift from God. This arrow here blessed me.
Oh,
Do you think it could be taken out? Can I touch it?
If you touch it, I'll rip off both your arms, shove them
Can
up
I
your
kill
arse,
him?
and make you clap.
I don't want to, but can I kill him and take the arrow out
just
and then
asking.
get a magic arrow?
No need to get upset. You're worried I'd get the magic too, eh?
No. I'm worried that you wouldn't march and step, and I wouldn't like that.
Doesn't it hurt? Looks like a nasty wound.
Look, when God blesses you, you accept it for what it is.
So does it hurt?
Hurts like hell. And it fucked my eyesight up a bit. But that don't matter. It's still a gift from God.
I understand. You're simply undefeatable.
Exactly, lad. A whole year without a scratch. A whole year. And me and my lads got ourselves into some dodgy situations, I'll tell you that. But enough chat. I've got to get back to the camp. I've got a proposition for you. You lug one of them sacks here for me, and we can talk some more along the way. What do you say?
What's in these sacks, anyway?
Just stuff what folk leave lying around unattended. These days, everyone locks up their cottages. Sties, coops, and who knows what else. They keep their valuables in their chests. Folk are plenty nervous. And then, they go and leave a couple of sacks of charcoal lying around outside. And when you see something lying around, it'd be a sin to let it get rained on, wouldn't it?
That's an interesting way of looking at theft. And what are you going to do with this charcoal?
What do you mean? It's charcoal. It always comes in handy. So, will you help me?
And what's in it for me? Will I get a reward?
You youngsters is all the same. You should help your neighbour without wanting nothing in return. Like a proper Christian, eh?
True. But good deeds won't buy me an ale at the tavern.
All right, then. If you help him with the...
Well,
glad to hear it.
Right, which way are we going, though? We're going back that way?
Them sacks are heavy as fuck, but I couldn't just leave them behind. A man can be invincible, and blessed by God, but 2 sacks of charcoal is still 2 sacks of charcoal.
how can you be so sure you can't get hurt? Maybe you were just incredibly lucky up until now.
The answer's easy. I just know. When I got hit with this here arrow, I was out of it for 3 days. I just lay there for 3 days. Everyone thought I was dead, but I kept on breathing. I had this vision of someone. He had this glow around him. He must have been a saint. He spoke to me. Real kind-like. On the 3rd day, I woke up, just like Jesus, and I knew everything was different, that I was a changed man, and there was no turning back.
How is it you got shot? Was it during a battle?
Well, it wasn't exactly a battle. One of the men, Eyre, brought a keg. He said it was communion wine, but who knows where he got it, because it was damn strong. But regardless, we all had some good fun, though the morning after wasn't too good. Right at the crack of dawn, I had to go and have a shit, so I head into the bushes, but that woke Pasha up. He was still so drunk, he thought he had a boar.
So he shot you in the bushes?
A direct hit, right in the forehead. And for that, Lord, I thank you.
I'd like to believe you, but I still think it's just a coincidence. I hope your good luck continues, though.
Believe what you want, lad, as long as you keep carrying that sack. We're nearly there.
Where's this camp then? We're nearly there.
Did you hear Maris's gang got broken up somewhere near Nimber?
I dropped that sack over there, but look here. Don't you mind just leading me right into your camp? What if I let slip that you lot are here?
Why would you do that? You wouldn't get any reward for this band of nobodies anyway.
I suppose not.
Thanks for the help, lad. I'm glad you happened by and stopped to talk to me. Not everyone is willing to help. It's a rare sight these days.
I'm glad to be of help.
Here's some ale money. And I wish you good luck, but now you should get going. The fellas get nervous when there's strangers around. The Lord be with you.
He was a pretty nice guy. Cool conversation. It's not a magic arrow, and we got a cool Skyrim reference out of it. There's actually a quest down there as well. Go and pick that up. I want to know what happened to the other murder quest that I finished.
It happens.
We can do whatever we think.
Oh, they put up a tent. Alright. Out the back of the bathhouse.
Good evening. What do you need, lad?
I'm in need of your services, Master Barber.
Oh, so we can't... Okay, then we can do beard. We can do hair and beard. For a small fee, you can have the barber change your hairstyle or trim your beard. You can use the barber services at the bathhouse by the Zhelyov Wagoners Inn in the Trotsky region or in the Adams Bathhouse in Kudberg. Okay. They're marked with an icon on your map. All barbers have the same prices and offers, though the price may be influenced by your reputation. After a trim, you gain the freshly trimmed buff, which temporarily increases your charisma. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is quite cool. That's good. I like that one. Bit more like capons. I suppose that's a little bit more capon. Eastern Infant. Ah, he's got a ponytail. Alright. Unkempt elegance. The knight errant. The hillbilly haircut. Well, it's not quite. There's a little bit. The luscious locks. There's a lot of hairstyles here. I didn't expect this. Let's go for something more... I quite like the ponytail one. I'm kind of... The knight errant, kind of. I'm tempted. I like that one, that's quite nice. I think I'm going to go knight errant. The goatee with the hairstyle kind of fits. Oh, now we're talking biker. Got the Hulk Hogan, the Van Dyke, the Connoisseur, Scholar, the beard looks pretty good. Maybe just the mustache, maybe? Let's go to dapper mustache.
That was a close shave, wasn't it?
Oh,
oh, come on.
So
it was funny.
I'm sorry.
But with the hat on, see, this is the thing. If you're wearing a hat, it hides the hair anyway. I mean, I wish you could change his hair color a little bit, but maybe that's asking a bit too much. Alright, who wants to give me the quest here? Is he in here? It's gonna be, what's his name? The Swordmaster, right? Menhard, that's the one.
So, how are you settling in?
Alles ist gut, Heinrich. People here have grown accustomed, it seems. Even that matter with Emmeram, I think, settled. Aber ein Ding I must still do.
I'd like to help you. What do you need?
Emmeram still has the fencing sword. Und we need it zurück. You admit, without the sword, this house does not look so good.
And you're afraid to go and see him yourself?
Me? Afraid? It's rather unpleasant. Couldn't you stop by there for the sword? Ich werde dich bezahlen.
Well, fine. I'll do it. Looking for lost swords is kind of my specialty.
Wunderbar, Heinrich. And give my greetings to Emmeram. We don't need to argue immer wäre, no?
I will. But I can't guarantee you won't send us both to hell.
You must have faith, Heinrich.
Alright, Mark of the Brotherhood. Pick up the guild sword from Emmeram. Hang on, do we have another quest here?
You wouldn't have any work for me, would you?
Yeah, I might know of something. Not long ago, ein Frau was here looking for a swordsman. But the whole thing is ein bisschen precarious.
Why? What's the deal?
She is a widow. Poor thing. She was looking for a warrior für ein Duell. And that is something the city council does not like to see. Deshalb, I cannot do it myself. I do not want to lose the Fechthalle. Aber you could help her. Go to her, tell her I sent you. And mein Gott, do nothing to bring shame on our guild. I have faith in you.
Fine. I'll go and see her and find out more.
She lives in the house in the middle of Haradek quarter.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Sei nicht dumm. This is not best time.
Okay, so maybe he has another longsword technique. Take me on as your apprentice. Or What is that going to do,
I
though?
want you to teach me, Menhard. Show me all the tricks and mysteries of the art of swordsmanship that you know.
Sehr gerne, Heinrich. But you will have to donate some money to our brotherhood. Aber keine Sorge, mein Freund. You would not learn more even in Nuremberg. You would just pay more.
Why not?
You're a master of the sword, so what else but a longsword? I want to learn everything so I can be your equal.
You certainly do not lack in confidence, und das ist gut. But there is always room for improvement. And even the greatest master needs to train constantly and test his art against other swordsmen. Wie auch immer. Die erste Lektion ist, in battle, the deciding factor tends to be skill. But more often than that, it is luck. So even the greatest master must be humble and cautious.
I understand.
Gut, mein Freund. Let us see just how well you understand. Los geht's, mein Freund.
God be with you.
How much did we level up? Nearly level 22. You can use a longsword together with a shield or a torch. While its superior range can prove useful, I read that before, didn't I? I mean, I used heavy weapons before at the start of the game. And then I started using a one-handed sword and a shield. The only thing really I haven't used is, well, at all, is pole arms. Can I ask him about the tournament?
I want to enter that tournament you mentioned.
Great decision, Heinrich. You will not regret it. Als erstes, let me explain the rules, so you know what to do.
Right. Make it quick.
We have 3 Disziplinen. Die erste, Sword and Shield Combat. Then gibt es noch Longsword Combat. Schwertkampf is done in light armor. You will get all the equipment you need for the tournament, including weapons. Keine Sorge. You must use it during the duels and return it to us at the end. Yeah?
Yeah.
Of course I'll return what I borrow. But what if I want to use my own gear? Can't I do that?
Not in the sword disciplines. Everyone uses the same equipment, so that only skill is the deciding factor. But in free combat, the last discipline, everyone uses their own weapons and armor. I recommend heavy plate armor if you have some. You can participate in all discipline or just some. It is and behave during the tournament, yeah? No.
Could you go over the basic rules again, please?
We have 3 Schwertkampf. You will
Of course I'll...
not in, but in you can and be.
Are there any prizes?
Yeah, glory and recognition. Also, as in beautiful and valuable things, coats, armor, weapons, all sorts of things. The city's craftsmen quite liked the idea and wanted to show off their work. So they donated a few pieces as prizes for the victor. But the main thing is to have a good Kampf, is it not?
Of course. Thanks.
So,
sign me up for...
Toll.
Let's go sword and shield
Sign me up
first.
for sword and...
Na schön.
Oh, we can do all of them, okay.
I'll show off my long sword.
Na schön.
Naturally.
I'll use my own equipment. Free combat.
So you will try all discipline, yeah? I like that, Heinrich. Pay the entry fee and we are done here.
Here are the groschen. But I plan on winning them all back.
I look forward to seeing your attempt. May Lady Fortune be on your side. On the day of the tournament, go and see Friedrich Kummel. He has the honor of running the tournament and will introduce you. Or you can wait here for the tournament, as you wish.
I want to wait for the tournament here.
Of course. There is a
Here you are.
God bless. Well, good day.
Oh, what a handsome man.
Hear ye, hear ye! Esteemed citizens of Kuttenberg! Kuttenberg is a great city, famous for its wealth and the diligence of its people. But its citizens excel in more than just mining, trade, and crafts. They also excel in their bravery. That's why they didn't hesitate to take up their arms and show off their skill in a friendly competition. Glory to them, and glory to Kuttenberg.
I see you're eager, but you don't have any tournament gear. Don't worry, we'll fix that.
In a moment, we'll see a duel between two skilled and seasoned fighters. Henry of Skalitz, a skilled fighter and a good friend of Kuttenberg and all its people. Some of you may have already had the honor of meeting him. In today's tournament, he wants to prove that the rumors about his prowess are all true. We know our first contender. Now let's see who'll pit his strength against him. Lucas, nicknamed the Half-Friar. He studied theology in Prague and wanted to reform the local harlots. But instead, it was he who was reformed, so he abandoned his studies. Only he and the Almighty know why he has signed up, so pay close attention to him, and you may be surprised. May the best man win! No time to lose. Get to it.
Fuck you! You won't get me!
My God! Sealed and
Ow. Behind you.
You can't take me!
We'll see about that!
End of duel. Behold, which contender handles his weapon better? Henry!
Henry.
It seems Lady Luck is on his side. Let's see how
Even he's
fickle
cheering
she
for me.
is today.
I don't think you're supposed to cheer for anyone.
For the glory of Kuttenberg, let the duel begin.
Oh, shit. I wonder if I could get actually. I probably could get him unarmed out.
End of duel. Lady Fortune has fairly decided to award the second victory to the stronger of the two contenders, Henry of Skalitz.
Well, I didn't get hit once.
We'll see a duel between two men, neither of whom is to be trifled with. Inek is known as Milk Drinker because he doesn't drink booze. He's a journeyman under Master Gunsmith Brookup, and today he wants to show us that casting
Menard's up there.
metal is not the only art
Can I
he
go up here?
knows.
No.
And surely he will face an equally brave warrior.
You're really giving them what for?
Idiot
I've
of
been rushed off my
idiots.
feet all day because of you.
Vermeer is the real gem of this tournament. His noggin so thick, not even a hammer blow can knock him out. And he's decided to put that talent to good use today. May God and fortune decide. Let your steel ring. Fight!
No, you don't!
What a spectacle!
He sure knows how to handle his shield.
End of duel!
Oh, yeah.
Victory in the first duel went to this skillful swordsman who displayed truly beautiful technique. Hinek, nicknamed Milk Drinker. He clearly has the advantage, but will he be able to use it? We shall see. Contenders, forward!
Fuck you!
Oh.
End of duel! It's decided. An outstanding display of prowess on the part of the victor. Hinek, nicknamed Milk Drinker. He truly put up a great fight. The final clash, which will show whether Lady Luck is still on his side, is about to begin.
Is it my turn? Map up again?
All that remains now is to see the duel of Lady Fortune's favorites. Henry of Skalitz, who has already triumphed once today. Now his skills will be put to the test by a tough bruiser who's well known across the town. Hinek, nicknamed Milk Drinker. Enjoy the duel that will soon follow.
Yep. You alright?
Ready? Go for it!
Spin your sword like that. Who do you think you are, Anakin?
Too slow!
You're too slow.
End of duel! Behold! Went skillful swordsman who displayed truly beautiful technique. Henry of Skalitz! He clearly has the advantage, but will he be able to use it? We shall see. No time to lose. Get to it.
I'm wounded.
Am I too OP?
End of duel.
I've still got my Fox Potion buff on as well, I think. So I'm getting 50% more experience. Yeah, I do.
The deed is done. The winner of the sword and shield discipline is a nimble, skilled fencer who has yet to be
Ah, the prize is here, is it?
Lady Fortune
The
really
time has
smiled on
come
you
for our
today, eh?
contenders to put their skills with the longsword to the test. It is a noble and dangerous weapon.
I can open that one, but I can't open the others.
Mastering it is no easy feat, and it is a great honor to behold the skill and courage of those who have
I'm
done
guessing that's
so.
the reward, right? Right, yeah, that's the prize.
Men who could easily make war their trade will now be competing for Lady Fortune's favor.
I came to get my gear for the next duels.
But of course.
Take care.
And which worthy
Excuse me.
opponent has Lady Fortune chosen for him?
Can I use my own longsword?
Hugh the Minter. He
Do I have to use the tournament longsword? I don't want to risk it. And not wear my own armor? Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna win anyway. Once I've finished, I'll re-equip all my armor.
But we all wish him luck and hope Dorothy will reward his bravery.
Wait, am I supposed to?
I wish both of you the best of luck
Hang on.
and a steady arm. Henry, you need to put on the right tournament gear.
It's the sword. That's why.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I have to use the weaponry and the armor that's given to me.
Let the duel begin.
Mercy. Let me go.
This overpowered his opponent.
I want to see what was the. Let's use that technique that I learned. The zone out. Right, left.
In the first round, winner of the sword and shield discipline, Henry of Skalitz. It seems Lady Luck is on his side. Let's see how fickle she is today. Contenders, forward!
You may only take 2 hits though. That's the thing. Right. Okay. Right. Ah, for God's sake.
A second hard-earned win for this famous and truly mighty contender. Henry! Henry!
It's all a bit too easy.
Now we'll see a fight between men who are no strangers to blade. Kenneth, nicknamed Milkdrinker. And now, he's going to face another brave warrior. Brewer Francin Krugel. Francin works magic with hops and barley, and he's as strong as a bull. He can carry 2 casks on his shoulders without even breaking a sweat. His thick head, however, is so big it makes for a huge target. Watch closely. We'll now see whose skill proves to be greater. Ready? Fight! Yes! Yes!
Yes, yes.
End of duel! Hurrah! Our brave contender secured the first victory! Brewmaster Francin Krugel! It seems Lady Luck is on his side!
Who's Lady
how
Luck?
fickle she is today!
Who is she?
No time
Where
to
is she?
lose.
What is she?
Get to it!
I'll have to bet a few groschen on you next time.
That hit home!
That was a good relay as well then.
Duel! The fight is over! Welcome our winner! Brewmaster Francin Krugel! He truly put up a great fight!
My
The
turn.
final clash, which will show whether Lady Luck is still on his side, is about to begin! We already know the winner of the Sword and Shield discipline. And now we have 2 brave contenders vying for victory in the Longsword discipline. Winner of the Sword and Shield discipline, Henry of Scarlet. And who's going to face him? Brewmaster Francin Krugel. Who'll taste the glory and who'll feel the sting of defeat? That will soon be decided.
That's right. Just like that.
Fantastic!
Hurrah! Yes! Yes!
As it should be!
For the glory of Gutenberg, let the duel begin!
That's it!
You can't take me!
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Ow. Okay, alright. Someone actually hit me. I can't do those techniques for some reason. Won't let me do the combos.
It won't get me.
Oh, alright.
Watch and learn. Fucking hell. Bad luck. Fuck you.
For glory!
round. Henry of Scullets. Let's wish him luck in the next round. And his rival too. He may still
They're
turn
almost
the
too
duel
weak
round.
for me to do any of the combos.
Let your steel ring. Fight.
Ow.
End of duel. It's over. All hail
What's going to be the
victor
reward
of the
this time?
longsword discipline, who proved his mastery of the blade.
Now that is a slightly better one than the one I've got.
Harnischfechten. Duels in heavy armor are coming up next. Enjoy the last and most brutal duels of today's tournament.
Let's see. Oh, well, it's not really that. By a tiny little bit. This is what I mean, you know. There aren't really that many upgrades from the armor that I got ages ago. What were those boots as well? Burger boots. Can't even remember the boots that I was wearing. I think it was the noble boots. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What? Why would I pay?
I want to return the tournament gear.
Great. Glad to hear it. Hi. It's all here.
Farewell, sir.
And now, two great fighters go head to
You really
head.
wiped the floor with them. One
Henry
after
of
another.
Scullets, welcome him once more. And surely he will face an equally...
What one is this for, though? The free combat discipline allows me to use any armor and melee weapon I bring with me. Okay. So let's just put all my armor back on, my weapons, equip. Yeah, they're exactly the same as well.
brave warrior, Karel Khmer. Enjoy the duel that will soon follow. We can't wait for you forever, Henry. Ready? Go for it! End of duel!
Right. I think my sword is just too overpowered.
Duel! Henry! It seems the contenders forward! End of duel!
Mercy!
Hurrah!
He blocked
We
it, that's still
have
on.
a winner! Today's longsword champion, Henry of Skalitz.
My word.
Now, we'll see a duel between two men.
I do find it a little bit annoying that there isn't really much of a variety of different weapons.
Will be put to the test by a tough bruiser.
Like, there's a variety of weaponry to use, but if you're going to stick with like a longsword, there isn't a variety of different longswords and better longswords to upgrade with. Like this sword is just the sword that it's Henry's longsword, isn't it? It's my father's longsword, and it's just reforged, and it's just too overpowered for everyone. I would have liked to, as I'm playing the game, find a better longsword and use that for a change.
Skillful swordsman who displayed truly beautiful technique. Brewmaster Brenton Krugel. It seems Lady Luck is on his
really
side.
wiped the floor with them.
Let's see
One after
how
another.
fickle she is today.
I'll have to bet a few groschen on you next time.
Let your steel ring. Fight.
I could handicap myself and use a weaker sword. I could use one of the other long swords that I've got. I picked up. The only time I'm not overpowered is when I'm obviously like up against a group of enemies. Then I'm absolutely fucked.
We have a winner! Brewmaster Brenton
With those kind of fights, I
Krugel.
just have to be patient and keep
A
circling.
well-deserved victory, worthy of admiration and recognition. Now, let's give him some time to regain his strength before we watch the final duel. Now, let's move on to the final duel between the finest warriors we have seen today. Henry of Skalitz, welcome him once more. And which worthy opponent has Lady Fortune chosen for him? Brewmaster Brenton Krugel. May God and Fortune decide.
What was that knee combo? Left, up, left.
Ready? Fight!
Yeah.
Ah.
Bad luck.
End of duel!
Pay your black.
Hurrah!
I'm too strong,
Powered his opponent in the first contender.
and my sword is too good when I actually do hit them. Oh, he's got his helmet down now. Did you forget that last time?
That was a bloody good strike.
What did he do? I wasn't looking.
You're swinging it like a drum. Let's feel them.
End of duel!
And that was all she wrote.
No words needed. You saw it yourselves. Free combat
Right.
champions.
Okay.
Henry of Scarlets.
Pretty sure I've got a very similar sword already, like that.
Hear ye, people of Gutenberg. Today we had the pleasure of seeing a lot of beautiful swordplay. Some won by strength, some by agility, and some by cleverness. These are
Yeah, I
all
won by all of them.
virtues of a good swordsman. All of this proves beyond doubt that the honest townsfolk of Gutenberg excel in more than just craft and trade. It won't take long for this wonderful news to spread to all the lands of the Kingdom of Bohemia.
Thank you.
God be with you, good people of Gutenberg.
Gain new perk, Weapon Master. When it says I've gained a new perk, does that mean a buff? No, it's just a... Is it like an extra perk for winning this tournament, maybe? I haven't even fought with a torch in the other hand. Wonder if you can actually burn people, set people on fire. Let's get Swordmaker's Wisdom. I don't know where that perk went. I have some damaged armor as well. I need to repair. Did the plate sleeves? The noble boots. Jesus. It's not the tailor's kit. Cobbler's kit. And what is it? It's the do we have an armorer's kit? No, we don't.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
That's that then, I suppose. I don't know what that perk was. What's that? New activity. Let's go and see what the new activity is, and then I think we'll end it there. The performance, though, and optimization running around Kuttenberg is definitely better. One thing I realised is, and I think a lot of people had this problem as well, is that there was a lot of frame stutter in the kind of later part of the game and the story, running around Kuttenberg.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Welcome, sir. What?
Menhard sent me. I heard you need somebody who knows how to fight.
Praise the Lord. I feared I wouldn't find anyone, and that would have been bad. That I'd end up all alone, just like with everything else.
First, tell me exactly what this is about. Menhard said it was fairly unusual.
My husband, may God rest his soul, left me saddled with some unpleasant business. He liked to spend evenings in the tavern and bet with the other regulars. And he promised one of them a fair sum of money after losing a bet. But that waster of mine recently passed away. And the other fella, Radmill, the cobbler's apprentice, has been hounding me like there's no tomorrow. He swears that he won fair and square and that I have to pay him the money, although I've hardly any myself. But he has no written record of it. We even went to the city council, but they just slammed the door on us. Since my husband's will says disputes are to be resolved by duel and Radmill won't relinquish his claim, it's up to God himself to judge. As a widow, I have the holy right for a fighter to stand for me.
And what's in it for me?
I can pay you a small sum, but I'm not exactly...
I understand. Tell me more about my opponent.
What do you want to know about him? He's a whoremonger, lucky enough to run into that gullible husband of mine. There's no talking to him, which makes me wonder why Cobbler Yolen keeps a leech like that in his employ.
I'll fight for you.
Thank you. I was hoping you would leave a poor old widow in a
Jesus.
lurch. Go make arrangements for the duel with that fool, the cobbler's man, in the town hall.
That's what I'm talking about, damn it! That's how you have to play.
Right. But pick up the guild sword for that quest. Still need to find the old thief's hideout by reading that riddle again. There's probably loads of other quests, but there's so much stuff on the map to still discover. Small little things. A hidden ladder. There's a quest giver down there. Another POI tipster. Alright. I think we'll leave it there. I think we must be close to finishing the main story. What else? If I go and look again, what is part of the prepare for battle? I mean, is the Melishov Castle fight? What? No, it can't be what happens at the start of the game that we see, because we're defending the castle, we're defending the fort, aren't we? So it must be take over the fort and then the castle, and then we're defending it against Sigismund. But yes, we've completed the first stage to capture von Burgau. But yeah, next time, Minischov Castle is going down. See ya next time.